Let's get it popping.
Let's get popping. Hello. We're recording.
Hey,
We're officially live on the internet, over the airwaves, 106.5 radio wave.
back at it again
Hello.
with the ill behaviour.
Yeah. I just realised that was a very, very Blackpool joke and you wouldn't have got it. It skipped my mind there. For some reason, I was like, Gary's from Blackpool, isn't he? And Gary knows Blackpool.
I've been to Blackpool once.
Yeah,
Um,
you know radio
I
wave. Of
went
course you do.
there when I was young on a caravan holiday, and the only thing I remember is buying a Pokemon card deck, the one with the shiny Gyarados in it.
See, because it was Blackpool. That's why it was
Do you
shiny.
want to know where I bought it from?
Fucking, I don't know, someplace on the prom.
From a shop that no longer exists in England anymore, but is still thriving in Australia, I believe.
Woolies.
Woolworths, yes.
Hey, I fucking buzzed off Woolworths when I was a kid. Buzzed off Woolworths. I remember I went to a Beyblade tournament there, right? I say tournament. It was advertised as a tournament. 3 people turned up.
Nice.
And I also
And
lost.
somehow you came fourth.
Well, this is the thing, right? So I lost, but no one turned up, so they just gave everybody the prizes.
Hey.
They had a bunch of stuff, and they were just like, well, no one else is going to have it. Like, no one else is here to win it. There you go, then.
That's the fucking problem with England today. People just giving prizes for taking part, not for winning. You
Giving
bastard.
Beyblades away. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Get your own Beyblades. But anyway, how have you been, mate? How have you
I've
been?
been
How's the
great.
week been?
I am now a father to a beautiful young silver pug puppy.
Very cute. Very cute.
It looks like a little gremlin.
Big fan.
Her name is Pickle.
Rick.
So yeah, no, nothing like that. Someone pointed out to me something about that the other day. Is if he was Pickle Ricky, at one point had to be a cucumber. Which is fair
He
enough.
was fermented through.
Yeah.
I'm fermented Rick.
But no, it's been fun. We're just trying to make sure she's settling in. She's pretty good, very sleepy, but then again, she's a puppy, and puppies sleep a lot.
Aye.
We're trying to get her accustomed to the car, so every time we pop out to the shop, we'll just take her like on the passenger seat, just so she doesn't fear having to go places or like be sick in the car if she's not used to it. Because I think next month we might be going to the Lake District with Laura's family, so that'd be cute.
That's
We could
pretty
take
lit.
the little pup, and she'll have enough of our vaccinations then to have a walk outside, so that'd be cool.
That's pretty dope, man. I saw your picture yesterday. He
Yeah,
was very, very, very cute. Very cute.
yeah.
Big fan.
I'm not posting her on social media or anything though, because I don't want to be one of those people who get a
Dog
puppy
man.
and they stop
Dog
looking
dad.
after the puppy and just use it for content. So we're taking pictures and stuff, but we're not going to make a big deal of it until she's old enough, because you don't want to like be one of those weird people who gets a pet and like stresses the poor thing out by like, do something funny for the internet. We need to go viral.
I mean, I don't think there's anything bad with posting just pictures of it though.
No,
Like
confidential.
It's probably just sleeping anyway, isn't
Forbidden
it?
pug.
90% of the time,
Yeah.
just asleep,
Yeah.
just sleeping. Yeah, good. Sounds like a good week, mate. Sounds like a very prosperous week in the life of young Gerald.
It has been. How's your week been, pal?
Been all right, mate. To be honest with you, been getting full into swing with things at my new job.
Nice.
Because this is the first full week that I've done. Yeah, very happy with it. A lot of exciting stuff, learning a lot. Sort of preparing a lot. Yeah, feeling good about it. Feeling real good about it. Other than that, what else have I done? I've been playing games again, obviously, all week. We'll get into that a bit later. Also, I bought a new microphone stand, which is great because my old one wouldn't take the mic like this. It's too heavy, basically.
Okay.
So I got the new one. It's nice, just in a good position. I got a monitor stand as well, right? So I bought 2 monitor stands. Yesterday, I basically spent my entire Saturday trying to set it up because everything was going fine. A little bit awkward because I'm not very good at DIY, but figuring it all out. And it gets to a stage where it's like, right, get your monitor and unscrew the stand off it. Okay. So I got to do that. 3 of the screws come out, no problem. 1 last screw to take off. It's absolutely, I don't know how I've done it. I must have twisted the screwdriver the wrong way. Scuffed to fuck.
Jesus.
Just when you just like skimp the top off it.
Yeah.
And so I spent 2 hours trying different methods. I was on the phone with me dad. I was like, I tried the rubber band thing. I tried super glue. I tried fucking using a knife to sort of try and cut off the
Hold on,
bottom
hold
of
on,
the
hold on, hold on,
screw.
hold on. What's the rubber band thing?
So there's right. So this is a tech that I've seen online. Apparently it works. I've never tried it.
Okay.
But apparently if you put a rubber band over like the head of your screwdriver,
Hmm.
and put it into the screw that's scuffed, the rubber band kind of like fills the
Oh,
bits
okay. Yeah, that
that are
makes sense. Yeah.
scuffed and lets you twist it. It didn't work though because the only rubber band I have is like the old fucking top of a vape that I used to use. So I
Yikes.
don't. I know I don't have that kind of shit. I always talk about this with my parents, and they're always like, "Oh, you don't? Do you have a pen and paper?" Like, I don't. I don't have like standard shit that I'd have
What
in
is
my
wrong with you,
parents' house,
man?
like elastic bands and paper and stuff like that. Man, I sit on my PC all day, do everything here. But yeah, it took me 2 hours trying to do that, and then eventually I said fuck it, and I ripped it off. I just ripped the stand off the back.
Jesus.
Luckily, it didn't do too much damage. I couldn't use any screws in that hole because now that hole is incredibly deep.
Yep.
But it's fine because it only needed three, so it's all mounted now. I actually have a monitor stand, elevated, ergonomic, feeling good, mate. Feeling good.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a very exciting and wild week for me.
Oh, but no, in terms of DIY, like I'm a big fan of it. There's something very relaxing about just fixing things and
See,
making things. Unless it's one of those outdoor plastic lawnmower bins, because for some reason they're very sharp. And I remember volunteering to build ours on my own because like it'll just be like a shelf or like fixing the boiler, something like that. Something that's like easy, or like even if it's not easy, it's satisfying when you finally figure it all out and stuff like that. But no, it was just sharp edges, just terrible. Cut my hands to buggery. I was just in the garden, just swearing like a sailor. Ugh.
yeah, I mean, I enjoy it, but I'm terrible at it, and I think that's the thing that annoys me about it the most. Like whenever I have to do something like that, I'm like, all right, I'll do it. It'll be fun because it's always fun to mess with things, and it's always fun to like
Yeah.
tinker. I think it's always a fun thing, but I get frustrated when it takes like too long. Like when it gets to a point where something should be easy and I just don't get it, or it's just not working.
Mm.
That gets me riled up. That gets me proper riled up.
I don't mind. I think I have an advantage because I have the heart and mind of a 6'4" Chad who loves to build his own furniture and fix things. But I also have the added benefit of the delicate fairy hands of a forest creature. So anything that's a bit too like finicky or stuff's not a problem for me because I've got very delicate, long, spidery lady hands. So I'm the best of both worlds, as High School Musical would say. Is it? No, it's Hannah Montana. I know. It didn't have the Disney Channel. I was too poor.
Disney Channel, mate. Disney Channel
Let's talk
bangers.
about the Disney Channel though, because you're on it.
Mate, did you see that picture?
I did see the picture.
It's all right, isn't it?
It does look the spit of you. I say
It
it,
do, it's
he.
weird. Yeah, so basically, there's I forgot his name now, but it's from some show called like Charlie Does It or some shit. I don't fucking know.
And does he do
But
it?
anyway, I think he does. But there's this kid. You can see the picture over on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Twitter at Jimothy TV. There's a child that looks very much like me. This picture is old, so he's obviously older now. This picture, like one of my friends screenshotted it, and back in like 2012, 2013, something like that. Um, but yeah, there's this kid from like a Disney Channel show, and he is the spitting image of me. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like the only person I've ever seen that is actual doppelganger, like down to the teeth. Like he has the same fucking tired eyes as me. He has the same fucking buck front teeth. Like he's just like a smaller version of me. And I found out that he's probably quite rich because he was a child actor, and he's still been acting for a while. So I'm hoping. I forgot his name, but if he's listening, we might be related if you're rich. So please hit me up.
Have you
You
ever
know,
seen the hit Jake Gyllenhaal film Enemy?
I haven't. I
Well,
haven't.
it's like there's an actor dude who's like really famous, and then there's a guy who looks exactly like him who's like not, and he just comes in and like fucks up his life and stuff. So I'm thinking you should do that to him.
Is he? Oh, I'm just looking this up. Is it Jake Gyllenhaal playing two parts?
Yeah, he plays both of them. Well, because he's just playing himself
Because he's
basically.
just playing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Does it
really
turn
good.
out? Does it turn out that he is the same person?
I can't remember. It's been ages since I've seen it. I know there's a lot of stuff to do with spiders in it as well.
I don't like that. Know
Yeah,
about that.
I don't mind spiders.
That's a cool concept, though. That's a cool concept. I like Jay Gyllenhaal.
He's a
He's
good lad.
very good crazy person. I think that's my
Yes,
favorite thing about him.
especially as Mysterio. My
Yeah, I think he
favorite part in
plays
the new Spider-Man was when he's like, "Fire all the drones!"
he plays like he plays a good villain, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's good at playing just about anything.
Yeah,
Great actor, great lad. I still
I
don't
think he's.
understand Donnie Darko, but the soundtrack fucking bangs.
I think Nightcrawler is very good.
Oh,
Very very good.
Nightcrawler, fucks. Jeez, I love
I
that film.
really like that film. Same. It's very very good. And there's also so there's a I don't know if you've seen there's a music video by a band called The Shoes
Yeah, I've seen it.
called Time to Dance. It's like a short movie really. Like it's like a 9 minute long music video.
Yeah.
It was like a short film of Jake Gyllenhaal just being this like absolute psycho. And it
Mhm.
works so well. Like that could just be a full film. I'd watch it. He
Isn't that
just
what happened with Edgar Wright? He made that music video with Noel Fielding in it, and then made Baby Driver and like based it around that whole concept.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good. That's a good
Shame
music
about
video as
Baby
well.
Driver.
Yeah, shame that half the cast is.
In it. Like good film.
Poor
Good
John
film.
Hamm.
And then just
Absolutely,
John Hamm
brother.
just like,
And
this is
Jamie Foxx.
yeah, just the boys just hanging out trying to make a good film and then and what's that last called as well? Isn't she all right? Isn't she meant to be
Yeah, I can't remember her
quite
name though.
nice? But then you get the Spacey and whatever the main character was called. Fantastic. Be all right if it was
So
like an extra or
Elgor.
something. They wouldn't be all right, but you know what I mean? Like it'd be the film would have this like saving grace if it was an extra
Yeah.
or something like that. But it's the
See,
main
I think
character, man.
you could save the film if you replace Kevin Spacey with Jeff Bridges and replace Ansel Elgort with just about anyone, because like the
Yeah,
character of Baby wasn't really
it
integral to
wasn't
the plot.
really.
He's more
Yeah, it
of a
wasn't. There was
lightning
no
rod or
acting
conduit.
really.
Yeah,
He was just driving around. Like, I think it was all about like the casting of that was just about the look of the character because the acting he didn't really do any acting.
yeah,
Like it was just all facial expressions and like listening to tunes in a car.
yeah. I
You
like
know,
the big song at the end was Brighton Rock, which is one of
Brian
my
Rock, big song,
favorite Queen songs of all time.
very good song, very good song.
Big tune, unbelievable tune, and Hocus Focus by Pocus or whatever. Pocus Hocus.
Focus by Pocus Hocus. Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
remember my dad
that's a
used to
good
play that
song
in the
as well.
car. Me and my brother would be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
That's a belter.
Lad.
I remember the first time I heard that when I was like in high school or college or something, and I was just blown away by just how insane and long that song is. Like they keep it going, they keep the energy going for that song
Yeah,
for so long. It's such a long song, but it's still like just keeps going. It's got yodeling, it's got guitar solos, it's got everything.
yeah, it's great. Like,
Mainly yodeling.
yeah, there's films like that use the soundtrack well, like the first Guardians, um, Baby Driver, but like the only problem is like films since those like try and do it, it's really cringy. Like Suicide Squad was pretty cringy, and they had
Did
like
we have this conversation before?
yeah,
I feel like we have.
we have. Let's move on. Let's start outlining a plan for us to steal the money of this Disney Channel. Look,
Oh yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If he is somehow related to me, I'd let him into my life for sure. Because there's nothing really for him to take from my life. I have
should be
everything
like
to
a
take from
parasite.
I have everything to take from his. No, it'd be just like the film Parasite. I would get in there, I would sabotage his life.
Well, I can't find anything for Charlie Does It on IMDb.
I'm pretty sure his name's Charlie or something. Like it's a Disney show. Probably one of those daft Disney shows like about a kid who's like
Yeah,
super rich and he's 10 or something like that. Let me see. Is he called Charlie?
I don't know. You said it.
Mate, I'm trying to find it.
I want to track this man down.
Yeah, Good Luck Charlie. That's what it's called.
Okay, 2 seconds.
But look at him, little fucker. He looks like me. I hate him.
Let's have a look. It ran from 2010 to 2014, so chances are he is.
Bit old now. Bit of an older fella now, probably.
He's not even the main character, dude.
Is he not?
No, he's not Charlie. His name's Gabe. Charlie's the his sister, I believe. Bradley Stephen Perry.
Oh, his name's Gabe.
In the show, but his real name's Bradley.
Don't know which one's worse.
He does quite look like you.
He does, doesn't he?
Quite strange.
Like, it's really strange to me.
No one looks like me though, because I'm a unique boy.
No, you do look like someone. You ever seen Coronation Street?
Yes, I know. I've gotten that plenty of times.
You
But
look
I
like
look
Chesney.
nothing like him occasionally. I just happen to be a short ginger bloke.
Well, you do look a little bit like Chesney, though.
I look more like a turtle than I look like Chesney. I do have the mouth.
About a Chesney turtle.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that one, did you? You didn't see that one coming.
Listen.
So anyway, back on the topic of Corrie.
Of course. I used to be in a band called Distress Over Norris, which was our mascot
like
was
that.
Norris.
Norris Cole.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a band named after our music teacher.
Damn,
Not our music teacher, our science teacher, even a bit creepier. Yeah. So basically, our science teacher was called Mr. Yude, and we buzzed off Mr. Yude. Shout out to Mr. Yude, big guy, top fella, absolutely top fella. But we called our band Yude after him, and we made one song of our own, which I will not lie, it slaps. Like we made a song and it's fucking belting. It's a good track, and it was called Page Free Fella.
No.
Right? Because there was a picture in some shite tabloid newspaper called Page T Fella, the picture, the caption.
Yeah.
And it was David Duchovny in the buff covering his willy with a teacup.
Okay.
And for some reason we made the song and it was absolutely nothing to do with that. The lyrics were about making curry and flying through space.
All right.
And it had absolutely nothing to do with that picture. Actually, no, there was one line where it's David Duchovny with a teacup in hand. But the song slaps. The song absolutely slaps.
Nice. Well, see, another band that I was a part of that was relatively short-lived. I can't remember the name of it, but we were a vegetable metal band, and what that entails is all of our songs were about vegetation. Spuds and Blood is what we're called. And every song, literally every song, the opening line was "It was a dark and stormy night."
That sounds like a good concept album.
Great shit. And me and my friend Ryan, who is a member of TGS, he was on the first song, and we once wrote a song about Magwitch from, I can't remember, is it Great Expectations?
I've never seen Great Expectations.
Oh, he's in one of the Dickens novels. It's either Pride and Prejudice or the convict at the start who saves little Pip. Like gives him bread or some shit, or Pip gives him bread. But anyway, his name's Magwitch. We wrote a song where he gains sentience, realizes he's in a novel, starts calling himself Shagwitch, and consumes enough loaves of bread given to him by his army of orphans that he's able to transcend the book and strangle Charles Dickens.
I like this. I like Shagwitch.
And then Ryan changed his gamer tag on Xbox Live because we used to play 360 at the time to Shagwitch, and yeah,
Shagwitch is a fantastic name.
It is. It was great. It was quite a high concept, and it would be a great horror film. But we were young, we were idiots, we didn't know how to really galvanize all of that idea, make it a cohesive, well-produced project that would spin off into its own cinematic universe. Also, I probably would have been sued into the ground by the Dickens estate, but you know.
I was thinking to myself, like, when I used to play Xbox and that, I was like really determined to just have like a unique name. But some of my friends had some gold names, and I wish I'd done that as well. I wish I'd just been like, you know what, fuck it, let's do something fun. I was just like, nah, this is my gamer name. I'm using that. But my like, I had a friend called Girth Hardpeck. Was his Xbox name? Good name. We had Lubed. So my friend, actually, this is a funny thing. So my friend's Xbox Live name was Lubed,
Yeah,
right? And that got a lot of attention from people in
I can
games.
imagine. Yeah,
But he was also like one of the highest ranked Halo 3 players. Like he was really, really high up in the rankings in Halo 3.
same. I'm kidding.
So this fella sat there called Lubed, just like right up top, slippery and ready.
Well, the story of my first gamer tag is quite hilarious. So around the time I finally got Xbox Live because I was a poor, um, and the first time I had Xbox Live, I had to Jimmy rig it, so I had a really long Ethernet wire that went from my room into my brother's room. It was one of those connections that had to run through his PC. So if his PC was off, I couldn't get on Xbox Live, so he had to leave his PC on when he was sleeping and stuff. And because my brother's a literal angel and the best human being alive, he was like, "Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it." Um, and I was so excited. This is right about the time we used to watch. Me and my friends used to find the old Tenacious D like advertisement for iTunes really funny. You know, they did that weird episodic thing called Time Fixers, and
Yeah,
the
I
villain
remember
was
that.
the Time Goblin. I got really excited and too buzzed to be on Xbox Live that I made my gamer tag the Time Goblin, and thought, wow, that's amazing that this hasn't been taken. And then got online, and then everyone's on Halo because there was like a group of 9 people played with, and everyone started laughing at me. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong? It turns out I'd left the B out, so my first gamer tag was the Time Golem. Yeah.
That's just unfortunate.
For one afternoon, my gamer tag was Thunderbuns. Um,
I see. I never went for like pattern names when I was younger.
yeah.
I never did that. I never ever did that. I was like, what do you call it? I was always just like whatever my current like vibe name was. My OG name that I had on Xbox Live for years was Terradar, right? And I always thought it was dead unique until I realized at some point it clicked with me that I had actually stolen it. I,
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever had this where like you thought something was like something original, but it's just subconsciously something that you've already seen.
Yeah.
So basically, I played a lot when I was younger. I played a lot of Warcraft 3. I was
Mhm.
really, really into Warcraft 3 when I was a kid. It was like the first game that I pretty
Nerd.
much just got into. Yeah, I was a huge nerd, dude.
I was
I
into
loved it.
sports, but carry on.
I was into sports and fights and DIY.
I was into sports,
The pub,
jugs, cars, explosions, and
Nuts
death.
magazine. But no, so I'd named myself that. I was like, yeah, this is a cool name, and this is a dead cool name. Like this is the kind of thing that some like evil spirit would use. Like hell yeah, dude, let's do it, rock and roll. And then a couple of years later, whilst I think I was like 3 or 4 years later, when I was browsing World of Warcraft servers, I realized that there was actually a dreadlord in World of Warcraft called Terradar with an R, an extra R.
Damn.
So I'd basically just nicked it all those years. So I changed my name. I changed my name to. I fucking changed my name because I was a little nerd back then as well. Changed my name to fucking Bothwell at one point, named after the fucking Earl of Bothwell. Hi, because we watched some like we watched some like dramatization thing, and like he's fighting the English, and some fella comes out of a burning building and he like lobs him back in. And I thought he was dead cool, so I used it as my name for a while.
Jesus.
Wait, great
Oh,
dramatization. I love those old like BBC history dramatizations you'd watch during school time. Brilliant. Great stuff. Stuff that
uh,
absolutely did not happen.
I liked Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and regular stuff. Um, but yeah, so I had a bunch of gamer tags. I had Gunslinger Gary, which is a bit cringe.
That's
Um,
very cringe.
I had one that sounded extremely racist, but it wasn't. It was Black Attack 4000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything to do with like,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
I promise. And then I changed it to Thunderbuns for a bit. Um, what else was there? Oh, because we played with a bunch of people and we had a clan. They got featured in a gaming magazine one time, and some of us still have a copy of it.
Ooh, gamer!
Yeah, we were called the Wise Men, but spelled YS Men.
Pro gamer alert!
Yeah. And I joined. I was the 10th member. So like on Halo 3, we'd have like Y and then the number of when we joined, like as our call sign. So mine was Y10. Um, and everyone had a role, and because I was new at the time and I couldn't really bring anything tactically to the game because I was shit at video games, still am, by the way. I was just nicknamed Rookie, so mine was Rookie YM. And then we went through this stage of having new nicknames with the YM at the end, but with like military things in front of them. So I think my friend Ryan was Sergeant Pex. My friend Mike was Private First Class Expendable, and I was Lieutenant Love Cannon.
You actually had like ranks in that, Jesus.
Yeah, and we were
Oh,
pro gamers, bro. You gotta realize that we
I
were.
mean, if we're being completely sort of like open about cringe, right? When I was like, well, in high school, I guess.
Yep.
Do you remember the web series Pure Ownage?
Nope.
So there was a web series called Pure Ownage, which was like it was peak like gamer content back then. It was great, to be honest. It was super fucking funny. It was just like, gamer drama kind of thing, like just a web series, comedy web series.
Okay.
And I was all in on it. I thought it was great. I was on the forums with people. I was like, chatting to people and stuff online on it and making friends on there. And they had a fan club, and the fan club was called Gamer Army, right? and, and I fucking convinced my parents to let me sign up, right? Sign up for the army. Um, I convinced my
Done
parents
your
to
fair
pay for
share
it.
tours, my friend.
Yeah, it's tour of duty, dude. But no, yeah, they basically said like, it was a paid fee to join
Yeah.
kind of thing. And you got like a membership packs, a t-shirt and that. And I really wanted that, so I got it. But I think the worst thing, the most cringe thing about it is they sent dog tags with your gamer tag on, and
No.
I wore them fucking everywhere, dude. I was like, if I didn't have them, I'm not leaving the house yet. Nope, I need a mum. I need a minute,
Easy.
mum. Need a minute. Need my gamer dog tags just in case, in case I don't know, I die and
They should
someone needs
call
to go.
for service.
Yeah, in case I die in the line of duty and someone has to
Someone has
send
to
my body to
line.
Nintendo. Yeah, someone has to bury me under like 50 copies of fucking FIFA.
You still have them?
What, 50 copies of FIFA?
No, the tag.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because like one thing with me, and this is something my parents hate. I am a hoarder.
Okay.
I am an absolute hoarder. I'm also a whore, but I'm a hoarder for sure. Like I keep everything.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like collectibles and shit, I keep them all, and I don't want to throw them out. And my parents hate that because there's like boxes in their shed right now of just all my old shit. And I'm pretty sure I probably have that there.
Fair.
I
But
have
I'm
a
thinking
lot of
as long
stuff
as you
there.
have it to hand down to your kids.
Well, what's the thing? I think that, but then I've also got a little bit of fear that if I ever have kids and I give them my old stuff, they'll be like, "This is lame," and I'll just be heartbroken. It's like, I've been saving this for you. I've been saving this for when you grew up a little bit. Here it is, my old fucking Dreamcast or something. And like, this sucks, Dad. I don't want this.
Can you give them something like not even like because I'm not going to be surprised if I show my kids all my comics and they're like, fucking who reads comics, Dad? The MCU was 50 years ago or something by that time. But like, say if it was something, imagine if you give them something sentimental, like, oh, this is an original timepiece from 17 whatever that we've passed down through generations. Our family's never had much, but like we've always had this. And I want to hand it down to you, and your kid just takes one look at it and goes, cringe.
Yeah, like, yikes, bro. Yikes, that's cringe. Dab. Like for sure. That's the thing. Like I feel that way about some of the toys that I've kept because I've kept some toys and stuff just because of the sort of sentimental value behind them.
Mhm.
Like, for how they were obtained. Like how my mother got it, or the fact that like the biggest example of this for me is the Bugs Life talking dolls that I have.
Okay.
So I have these Bugs Life dolls, like two, not dolls, they're like plastic toys.
Action
But they
figures.
not even action figures. They're just like they're like weird animatronic things, and they talk to each other. It's
Sure, they
Flicker
do,
and Hop.
James.
They do. It's not like Toy Story. I mean, they do. Like it's one of those things where they interact. Like they
Yeah,
detect
I
that the
know.
other one is in front of them, and they talk whatever. And it's like Flick and Hopper from
Yeah.
the Bug's Life. And my mother, like I remember, my mother queued up like outside a Disney store in the fucking early hours to get that
Mhm.
because it was so like back then, obviously with no like online orders, whatever,
Yeah.
everyone was going to the shops, and then that was the big thing. It was the same way. I think she did the same for me for like Buzz Lightyear as well. I have an OG Buzz Lightyear doll at home,
Nice.
and those were hard to get too because it was like the hot thing, the real hotness. But then I worry like because to me that has like a real sentimental value behind it. Like my mum fucking worked hard to get the money for that, and then
Yeah.
even queued up to get that for me. And if I give that to my kid and like tell them the story, what if they're just like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit how much grandma fucking waited for this. I want the new fucking, I don't know, Gamer Station 5. And I'm like, like,
How many V-Bucks is that worth, Dad?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the
Ah,
kids at school have got their own credit cards, and you give me these bugs. Like, fuck.
let me use the cringe app on my iPhone 79. Oh no, Dad, this item is maximum cringe.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. I don't know. This it's a very old man thing to say in it, but I do feel like younger generations grow up a bit quicker nowadays,
Oh,
or
Dad,
like
because of the internet.
popular culture is kind of like you know for younger kids is like teenage at this point.
Yeah.
It's a bit wild. My and it's odd because sometimes I think it can be good. So like my brother, his girlfriend's daughter, they got her like a debit card that they can put a little bit of money on every month,
Yeah.
and they're teaching her basically how to. She's like 7. They're teaching her how to handle money, and it's great. I think it's incredibly smart because I mean she's going to use it eventually.
Mhm.
It's going to be a thing she's going to use one day. So I think it's smart. But it's also like I don't know. When I was 7, I was like fucking just slapping my belly in front of the telly. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like.
Are you an orangutan?
I'm a-
I
I
don't
basically
remember being
was.
that fucking brain dead
Yeah.
when I was 7.
I'm pretty sure that I was probably just. I'm very comparable to an orangutan back then. Very much so. I was just like, yeah, I was just watching telly and eating food.
What the fuck? That's like something you expect a fucking baby to do.
Do you know? You just sit in front of the telly and just like.
Oh, you're actually a Cro-Magnon, Jesus Christ. Return the monkey, here we go.
So let me.
No, what I used to do when I was 7 is I used to be really into organizing stuff, so I used to have a file full of like Pokemon cards, and I'd arrange them all by like type, and then when that was boring, I'd empty them all out and do them in terms of like where they appeared in the Pokedex and stuff like that, or even sometimes by just ones I thought was cool, so all the shinies in the front and stuff like that. That was the sort of shit I was doing, age 7.
Apparently, I'm a weirdo. Hey, what I was trying to say is that, like, I think it's cool and I think it's very smart. That they're teaching her about money like that because she
Yeah,
spends her own money um on toys and stuff, and then when they say to her like, hey, you've not got much left for the month, she's like, oh, you know what, I'm going to stop buying toys right now. I'm going to do this.
yeah,
And kind of understands the value of it. You've got me on a fucking tangent thinking how weird I am now. Actually, you've got
I'm
me.
just
I've gone
trying
off
not to
topic in my
laugh.
head. Well, so if you like that one, we'll completely spin the
No,
topic,
hold
and
on, but like I want to help you
go ahead.
understand, and anyone who might be listening understand. I have no reference for how you looked or acted when you were 7. So when you
The
say that,
exact same
I'm
as I
just
am now.
imagining you now. Just
It's the exact same as I am now, but smaller. Basically, I haven't aged much. Like,
jeez.
no, if you like that one, let me tell you. So shouts out to my boy Darren for this one, by the way, because we talk about this frequently, and it is a funny moment.
Yeah.
So me and my boy Darren have we went to uni together. He's a big scouser, and we have this, like, for some reason we have a joke based around Warrant's hit song "Cherry Pie." Where
Ah,
it's
good
not
song.
even a joke. We just sing it to each other. I don't know why. It's just been a thing where we just sing it. I have no idea why. Really, no idea. But it's funny. It's a belter of a song.
Yeah.
But one time I went. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Um, this was post uni days. He was living in Manchester, so I went to visit. This is when
Mhm.
I was in. I think I was in Germany. You know what? I'm going to go to Manchester. Let's go. Let's go on a night out. Let's have some fun. So next morning, we're hungover as shit. Like, and when I'm hungover,
Yeah.
I'm funny. Like, I find everything funny, and I'm just funny. Like, I just generally don't give a shit. I'm just doing stupid shit without
Okay.
thinking about it. I'm just being silly, being a little silly fella. But he goes for a shower, and he comes back in the room. And I had a Guitar Hero controller around my, like, shoulder and chest. I was shirtless. I had a pile of Pringles on my belly, and I was just eating them off that, listening to Cherry Pie.
Jesus.
And every time I think about that as an image, I'm like, that would. There's probably a reason why I'm alone.
I think like I'm obviously not a stranger to doing weird things. I'm quite a weird person when it comes down to
Yeah,
it.
you really are.
But there was one time, like when I was at uni, same, but like I don't drink, so I never did anything stupid to do with alcohol. But what I would do, because obviously you're at uni, you don't really care about
Yeah,
anything.
Class A drugs.
Yeah, no, none of that. But like I would just never sleep. I'd like be too busy like playing games, watching like
Same.
Breaking Bad, and then just being like, it would get like 5 in the morning. I'd be like, oh, I've got uni in 2 hours. It doesn't matter. I'll just stay up. But I'd always put myself in that weird state. You know, when you're so tired that you're just really giggly.
Mm.
Because one morning, it was like 2 days in a row I hadn't slept. And my friend Liam, shout out Liam, he came in one morning. I was usually the first one in because I've got this weird thing about not being late anyway. And he just comes in to see me trying to it was in winter, so I had my gloves. I had my gloves off, trying to put both my gloves on this Coke can, so like on either end. And for some reason, I thought it was the funniest thing. I was just sitting there, and I couldn't get them on because I was laughing. And I thought if I get like gloves on this Coke can, it's gonna look so funny. And then he just walks in and goes, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "It's great, yeah." Ugh.
Mate, like, honestly, sleep deprivation is just some of the funniest times. And some things are just so funny when you've had no sleep. Pretty much everything is. Like, I have not laughed harder, I don't think, than times that I have been either sleep deprived or hungover. Because I
Yeah.
swear to God, sometimes it's just like the littlest things just set you off. You see like a picture of fucking Deirdre Barlow and just start creasing, just
Yeah.
start absolutely crying, laughing about it, and there's no reason why. There's no joke behind it. There's no, like, yeah, is
Have you?
Deirdre doing something daft? It's just a picture of a face.
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's that really old like picture of like somebody got someone's McDonald order wrong, and it's like a burger. It's like an open burger box, but the cheese is on top of the bun, and there's ketchup on top of the cheese.
I've
Um,
probably seen it.
yeah, it's not really that funny, but like we used to call it in our friend group cheeseburger gone wrong, and for some reason it used to always set off our friend Christian. He used to think it was the funniest thing in the world. And there was one time we were all on Skype. This is an indication of how long ago it was. It was like
Mate,
2012.
the old days.
And we put it in the chat without prompt just to catch him off guard. He started laughing for 20 minutes, wouldn't stop. We heard him get up, walk downstairs in his house, and we thought, right, he's going to calm down, come back. He came back still laughing 10 minutes later and laughed for another 15 minutes because of this cheeseburger with cheese and ketchup on the top.
It's like I had a phase. I say a phase. It was about like a week long or something, where I would find it really funny. And this isn't even like me try. This wasn't even me trying to be quirky or whatever. This was
Yeah.
just like some innate reaction that I had to this. So I put the instrumental of "You Got a Friend in Me" from Toy Story on, and opened up like, and just it was a specific combination, and I would open up a picture of like Woody's face. It was a very
Okay.
specific picture where it was kind of zoomed in, like it wasn't like a joke picture or whatever. It was just a regular
Yeah.
picture, and it would send me into hysterics. Like I would be laughing my head off like for like a solid 5 minutes just at this combination, and no one else found it funny. I shared it to my friends. They're like, "What are you laughing at? Like, why is that funny?" And I was just crying. I don't know what it was about it. There was something about that combination that my brain just went, "Yep, like that's peak comedy." Something in my brain just went, "Dude, that's funny as shit, bro. Like, that's the shit. Let's go."
God.
Like, absolute madness, man.
I was
I
like, who?
think we have that sometimes. I think we have that, don't we? Like, sometimes it's just unexplainable that something is just funny. Something is just really funny to you. You don't know why. It just is. You just have that reaction to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely more inclined to just laugh randomly at things. When we used to play like Xbox Live and stuff, my friend Bill's cousin Dan used to play with us. He coined a nickname for me, the Giggle Monkey, because like if something mildly hilarious is happening, it would just set me off. Because I'm a child. Oh, I've got speaking of Xbox days, I have an excellent story. Um,
Go on.
so we were playing GTA 4 together. Me, my friend Ballard, shout out to Ballard, and I can't remember who else it was. I think it was my friend Dave. Shout out to Dave. Went to his wedding a couple of years ago. It was a beautiful
Go on,
service,
Dave.
wonderful, beautiful wedding. And our other friend Dave, who is a Scouser. Now we were doing we were just doing free roam multiplayer, and there's like this jump across the river, or one of the rivers because it's at New York, and we were just fucking about on that jump, and then Scouse Dave goes, "Oh lads, I'll be right back," and he doesn't mute his mic. So I just playing along, and then we hear a noise. He has like, it sounds like, oh, and then Ballard goes, "Dave, did you just come?" And then you hear his mic mute instantly, and everybody just bursts out laughing.
That's unfortunate.
He
Ah,
goes offline.
that is painful.
But in his defense, I don't think that's actually what happened. I think he was legitimately not at the Xbox, and then he like had to go somewhere, so he came in without talking to us and like leaned down to get the controller and just went like something like that, you know. And as an old man, when I lean down to pick something up off the floor, I make a weird noise. So it was probably something like that, but it's just a chain of events. We look like we caught him coming on.
Well, the fact that he muted afterwards, it's like, ah, bro, don't do that. Don't sign yourself away like that. Ah, painful.
That'd be me. Yeah, just to be like,
Pain.
absolutely.
Tell you what you just made me think of as well, though.
Oh, please don't want to know this.
Nothing to do with cum. Don't worry.
Okay.
I don't have sex. So there's cum, yeah. There's a what do you call it? Welcome to the cum zone. There's a what do you call it? Fuck. All I can think about is the word cum now. Thanks, guy. Podcast ruined. Just gonna talk about cum for the next 10 minutes. No, what was what I was trying to say is that it does surprise me still, even though it shouldn't, that a lot of the time when we have these conversations about people, and it's like, oh yeah, my friend so and so who got married like last year. I'm like, shit, bro. Like, I feel like I'm pretty far behind. I'm like, I'm sat here online talking about cum with you. I'm like, like my cousins are married and shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, like
In our friend group, out of like 9 people, only 2 of them are married. So it's like it's
yeah.
not.
I mean, to be honest, like none of my friends from multiple friend groups are. I think it's, I don't know, I don't know if it's a generational thing or if it's like a
I think
just
it's
some
definitely a
people.
generational thing because we got buggered by a shit job market and
True,
all kinds of stuff like that.
true. Like, I mean, I would do it eventually. I think. I've just never met anyone. Like I've never really met anyone that I want to spend a consistent amount of time with in a non-friendly manner.
One you can sit in front of the TV with and slap your belly.
I mean, that's a part of it. Like, I do sometimes think that, like, what if I do meet a really nice girl, right? I mean, a super super nice girl. Everything's going great,
Or if you
and
meet
then
a really
she's
nice
like,
boy, you're homophobe.
Yeah, well, I'm not into men. All right, like
If
I've
they're
met
into you.
plenty of very nice boys, but that's fine. That's completely fine by
No, I
me.
mean physically.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. That's completely fine by me. Oh, you mean that? Oh, you mean that? Okay. Um. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, um, it's like I don't know. I always feel as if what if something's going really well? Because you always hide a bit of yourself, don't you? Like I tend to not. I tend to be quite myself in the first place. Once I'm a little bit more comfortable in the situation. But
Yeah.
you do hide a bit of yourself, don't you? You're not like how you are at home is not how you are in front of people you've just met or, people that you meet outside, right? Like it's not the same.
See,
Um
I have to disagree. I'm just an unrepentant cock around everyone.
well see, like I mostly am, but I think there's always this little element of just stuff that you probably don't even realize that you do, like my belly slapping thing. Like stuff that you just do when you're on your own and you don't realize it.
Yeah,
Like I sometimes talk to myself
yeah,
or like just sing stuff or just shout stupid things from like TV shows or whatever. Like
yeah.
I walk into my kitchen yesterday and I shout, "Welcome to the cum zone." Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. I always think if I meet someone really, really nice, and we're getting on great, and like they come over, they stay at my house for the night, and then the next morning they come into the living room and they see me like slapping my belly, going, "Only cum." Like, what's gonna happen there? That's it. It's
I
over.
think if they're the right person, they won't mind. Like for instance, I'll walk around our house and I'm like every now and then because it's a holdover from like playing online games with voice chat. And like when
Yeah.
people start being like, "Oh, see you're racist" on the chat or something, rather than like try and insult them back or something, it's much funnier to just like make weird noises, like or like pretend that you're coming to all do stuff. And the one that I usually go to is like just me going, "Oh," and I walk around doing that, and Laura does
Oh,
it as
you do that a lot. That noise.
well.
You
But
do make that noise a lot.
yeah,
But yeah, that's the thing. I think it is about like finding the right person in it. But then part of me thinks that a lot of people are very normal and like well-adjusted people, and probably don't want to hear me shout "Welcome to the cum zone" from the other room.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just one of those to think about for the future. I blame my brother. I 100% blame my older brother. Matt, if you're out there, I fucking blame you for this.
If
Because
you're
my
out,
older brother, what?
there,
Not for shouting "Welcome to the cum zone." He didn't do that. He never did that.
no, no. I mean, like you said, if you're out there, like, is he missing or something?
Yeah, yeah. You're out there somewhere. No, he didn't. He's on another planet right now. This is my message to him. Trying to contact him. Um, yeah, my estranged brother Matt. No, like he used to do this thing when we were younger, where he would walk around the house and he would just sing stuff. Like if and he used to wind my parents up a lot. Like
Yeah.
my parents like, "What do you want for tea?" And he'd be like, "I want some chips and beans." Like he would just sing. He would just sing weird shit like that, like chips and beans for me and stuff. Like, and people get really pissed off at him. Like, and I thought it was a funny thing. I thought it was
That is
absolutely
funny.
hilarious. I thought it was so funny the way he would just like sing about like peas and chips and stuff, and like just he would just take the piss, like, absolutely take the piss all the time. And I thought it was dead funny, but I think that's where it came from. I think that's where it came from. I think
Yeah.
probably the weirdest thing that I do, the weirdest thing that I do at home on my own is when I'm cooking, I think.
Okay.
Because I don't know if anyone else does this, and I have a feeling that no one else does. I think it's one of those things that I've tried to tell myself other people do it, but they
Yeah.
actually don't. Is when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, I will put on like a voice of a celebrity chef or something, or I will
Mm.
like pretend that I'm doing a cooking show, and it's kind of weird.
Okay,
Like,
that sounds pretty normal, to be honest. I don't
okay,
do it,
that's
but
good
I could
then.
see it being a reasonable thing
That's
people do just to kill the time or make the
fuck it.
task less
So I
monotonous.
do this very normal thing that a lot of people do, where, but the thing is, I do it as like celebrity chefs that I don't like as well. Like I fucking hate Jamie Oliver. No offense to Jamie
Well, he's got
Oliver.
a funny voice.
Um, no, that's the thing. I'll stand in the kitchen. I'll be like, right. So today we're cooking up some hot dogs. I just the simplest shit. Like I'm just cooking something. And I'm just like, yeah. So you want to give that a little bit of cheese on top, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of ketchup. I'm just like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? I, Jamie Oliver makes glizzies.
No,
That's
but
what I'm
I
doing.
do weird shit like that. Like in a similar vein to your brother, I don't sing, but like one of my favorite things to eat is toad in the hole. Um, and like Laura will say, "Oh, what do you want for dinner?" It's say if it's her turn to make it, because we take turns because we're even.
I like that.
And then I'll go, "Oh, I'll just have toad in the hole," and she'll be like, "All right." And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, toad in my hole." Oh my god, you're gonna have toad in my hole. uh,
See, this is perfect, bro. I think what you're saying here is that we need to start seeing each other.
no,
I think that's
get
what we're
away.
saying here, brother. I think that's what we're saying
I,
here.
but other things that I picked up, I just picked up from my dad because my dad is a fucking weirdo. Like like growing up, like he just walk into a room, and if he saw me and my brother, he'd just be like for instance, me, but like, Gary, you big slapper, and I'd be like, what?
See, yeah,
It
that's
was
funny
me
though.
sitting there, like when we plugged my car, I was like, what?
That's funny though. That's good banter.
Yeah,
My brothers are like only one of them actually. One of them was super quiet, and the other one was just like loud as and just did weird shit like that. Did really weird shit like that. I remember, so I remember one time when like he had these. He used to. I think he used to sneak like Nuts magazine or something.
yeah.
Um, and he had this like pack of Ali G stickers, and I remember like absolutely howling my head off because he kept putting them on my door and I would take them off.
Mhm.
And then I would hear him outside saying what was on the sticker and then putting it on my door again, right? And there was one of the
Weird.
stickers. There was one of the stickers that had me fucking creased. It was a diamond and it said, "Bling bling, I like bumming and ting." And he used to stand. He was standing outside my door. This was like one night. He just standing outside my door, and he go, "Bling bling, I like bumming and ting," and put it on my fucking door again. And I would be creasing. I'd be pissed off because I had to take it off my door before my parents came upstairs, whatever. And I don't want my parents seeing that, even though he did it. I thought it was the funniest thing. So funny. He's an oddball. My brother's a weirdo. But I think that's right. I get a lot of it from. I think a lot of my weirdness comes from growing up around him and how weird he was. And
Jeez.
now that's the thing. I think once you become weird, you never stop, and you're just going to keep
Yeah.
spreading it. So, like, God forbid, like that's the thing. I feel like, and if any ladies are listening, please cover your ears for this because I don't want you to hear it. I feel like I would be an incredible partner, all right, but also a terrible one because I'm
Okay.
gonna be fucking annoying. Like I know I'm gonna be annoying because I'm gonna do weird shit like this all the time. Like especially like same when it comes to being a father as well. I reckon I'd be a good dad, but I reckon I'd be such an annoying dad for my kid. And they'd be so mad with me.
Oh, I
I'd pick
think
them up from school and just take the piss out of them and stuff. It'd be
yeah,
great.
but like I know my kids will definitely be annoyed with me, but the thing is that's intentional. Like I wouldn't want to be a parent where my kids are annoyed at me because I'm evil, but I definitely
Oh
want to
no,
be the
yeah,
type
absolutely.
of
That's what I mean. Like I don't mean like I'd be an
oh, I'm
arsehole.
dropping them off at school and being love you, have a lovely day.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I would do the same thing to like a girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely just wind her up like all the time in good fun, obviously. Not like if she's booing and I'm just like, ha ha, like, like standing there going, gonna cry, gonna piss your pants, are you?
Gonna chew gum.
Yeah, like, I've
Cry.
just lost my job, like
Maybe.
crying, cringe. No, not like that.
Talking about my feelings. Cringe. However,
I mean, in a fun way. I mean, like, there's so the prime example I can give of this, which is like, it's something that I know that I do, and it must be annoying, but it's also funny. Like when we went on holiday once. Me and a bunch of friends went to Lollapalooza in Berlin, like a music festival, and we stayed together in the house. And one of my friends said to me, she said to me afterwards, that like, you being there in the morning was the best and the worst thing. She said, because it was fun and you're ridiculous, but you're also an idiot and I'm too tired for it. Like that was what she said. She said, like, because I'm like, especially when I'm around friends and stuff, I think the entertainer comes out of me. Like it could be like 8 a.m. Everyone's knackered, but the entertainer in me is like, right, let's get everybody laughing, get everybody up. You know what I mean?
that's what my
And I'm
brother's
just being a
like.
weirdo.
I hate it. Every morning he'd just be like loud.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
me.
just like
That's absolutely me.
miserably spooning cereal into my face, thinking, I hope this guy shuts the fuck up sometime soon.
But that's the thing, like that's what my mates were saying, is that like it was fun, but I was also very annoying because I was there, basically, because I was being loud and stuff like that. But it gets you going for the day, doesn't it? I would absolutely be like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I would absolutely be like that. I can't wait until the day that I get told to like dress the baby up or something, and ready for going out or whatever, and I just dress it up as like a hot dog or whatever. Like, I'm absolutely going to be that person. Like, I put his nice clothes on. All right, put him in a little hot dog suit. Like, yeah, like, he's going to see his granny. Put his nice clothes on. These are his nice clothes. It's even got a little bit of mustard on it.
No, but in that vein of like being annoying and stuff, what me and Laura have been doing for the past like week and a bit. Well, she was doing it, now joined in. Wait, it's not as what it's about to sound like, but she was watching that "Don't Tell the Bride" show, and
I've never seen that.
I'm gonna say something with a lot of prejudice here, and I'm not
Go on.
sorry, but straight people baffle me. Like every one
Agreed.
of their stories about getting together is like, oh yeah, he stalked me until I said yes, or like he wore me down with text messages, stuff like that. It's like, first off, no, and then
Yeah,
every single one of them, the bloke is some giant child who doesn't want to do any housework and stuff.
yeah.
Who is
This
treating,
happens a lot.
who is treating this lovely girl who just wants a decent wedding like absolute shit. Then at the end, she's like, yeah, but I'm proud of him for setting up this day.
Well,
Straight people are absolutely just, they
I
boggle
totally
my.
agree. I mean, like the thing with this, right? The thing that I always think here is that you try and pass it off as like, it's just a TV show. No, I know people
No,
that
yeah,
have been in relationships where either like in straight relationships where either the man or the woman would just be insufferable, and yet they still stick together. Like, not insufferable in a way like, oh, they're a bit annoying or whatever. Like, no,
yeah,
like in terms of like, this is to the extreme. Like, or, the partner isn't just like, as you say, isn't doing anything, just
yeah.
doesn't do out, just doesn't show affection at all,
Mm,
or anything like that. Or like the worst example I can think of is like, I had a friend who like, he was fun loving dude. He got with this girl, and then he started just doing stuff that he just didn't want to do, and
yeah.
like all the time, like, oh, I can't do that. I'm doing Disney quiz night tonight. Like, but you don't like Disney, bro. Like,
I'm gonna study up on the princesses.
yeah, but I do now, because And so I get compromise, and I get getting
Yeah,
involved in each other's interests, but sometimes, man, I think people sell themselves way too short in the sort of, just like, this is it. I need to cling on to something. I
yeah.
need someone to love me. I
It's
need this. So, and it goes both ways. Like, the people, the person that's like, I need to get my sort of, boyfriend to do this Disney quiz with me and all this stuff, probably isn't that into him either.
yeah,
Would probably rather someone who actually was genuinely into that stuff, but they're just not like that. They're just like, nah. I think a lot of people are hardwired to think this is it. Like, this is my thing. Michael Jackson. This is it.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
that's the only way we laugh. Like, I know it shouldn't be funny because the dude's
no,
dead,
I
but like
swear to God, every single time I hear the words "This is it," Michael Jackson's "This is it" is the thing that pops
the
into my
fact that
head.
it was his last public words is so funny to me. Like, this is it. It just fucking
Yeah,
dies.
yeah, this is it. It's over, bro.
Oh.
Wasn't this is it like the Michael Jackson game or something?
It was like it was going to
It's
be
like
his
a Connect.
farewell tour. It was going to be like a huge show with like billions on, well, maybe not billions, but like a multi-million dollar production thing. So like, I mean, shows were like big already, but it was going to be like his big hurrah, like all of his stuff. And then he died, so he never
Well,
got to
yeah,
do
like
it.
wasn't there a game though?
No,
Wasn't there like
that was
a
the Michael Jackson experience. That was like
the Michael Jackson experience? That's the one.
we have a copy of
That's
that
the
because
one.
Laura bought it when she was a teenager.
I have the weirdest game in my library is Get Fit with Mel B. That's the oddest game that I own. I have it here. I brought it to Amsterdam with me for some reason. That's
Mhm.
like one of those like shelf items that I just take wherever I go. Like, yeah, that needs to go to the house. That needs to go there.
The
I got it for a
weirdest
quid.
game I have is a game on Steam called Save Jesus, which was bought for me by my former housemate Baby Luke, when he was
Did you
pissed.
save him?
No, I haven't even played it.
Play it. Save Jesus.
It looks like some really bad platformer to teach me about Jesus. And being a former Catholic schoolboy, I'm pretty tight with Big J in the sky, so I don't need to learn anymore, really.
Big J in the sky, the boy.
And
No,
it's
I
not
have
about saving
so I have
Jesus.
like
So,
there's like three weird things that I take with me everywhere I go. Like
yeah,
everywhere I go. So I have my copy of Mel B's Get Fit on the
mm,
PS3, I think it is. I don't
nice.
even own a PS3. It's sealed, completely sealed if any collectors out there are interested. I have
If any collectors would like to
yeah.
spice up their life.
Oh, let me add a little bit of spice to that. Um,
Now,
and
Smarties. Now, I like
Smarties.
those.
I don't have any Chris Eubank merch. No, I have a CD of Gladiators, the official soundtrack, which is banging, by the way. The Gladiator soundtrack absolutely slaps. I'm talking like not Gladiator the film. I'm talking UK Gladiators, Pugil Sticks, Hank Tough. You will go on my first whistle, all that. You know, like that's what I mean. I've got that, and then I've got this like I think I've still got it around here somewhere. So my cousin bought me this like animatronic frog a long time ago, and it doesn't even work anymore. So I should probably throw it out. But I figure I'd keep it in case I ever fancy putting new batteries in it.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, it's this frog, and he's wearing a do rag, and he's got a little like lollipop in his hand, and you press his hand, and he just sings "Candy Shop" by 50 Cent.
Nice.
Like, and I take it with me. I take it with me a lot of places. I'm pretty sure I've got another weird album somewhere as well, but I can't remember what it is.
You know what I used to take with me everywhere? I used to have a Walkman, and rather than listen to, I had a good collection of albums. I had Iron Maiden's Greatest Hits. I used to have a bunch of Avenged Sevenfold albums and stuff. But my favorite, like, CD for the longest time, from like ages 7 onwards until I got to like, I don't know, like age 12, was, well, you probably remember Five, don't you?
What? So the band Five?
Yes, like the boy band Five.
Yeah, dude.
For some reason, they did like an Inspector Gadget song for that weird live action Inspector Gadget that came out like years ago.
That is
Um,
weird.
but what's even weirder is that I didn't have their album for it. It was a single CD, which wasn't, it was never released as a single, I don't think. But it was from this disc that they were giving out with children's meals at Little Chefs. So it
Bro,
had its Five's Inspector Gadget song, and I've loaded it up on the YouTube. So as soon as we stop recording this podcast, I'm gonna
get it back up.
I'll give you the link, mate.
Mate, please,
Some,
please do. Please drop me that link, bro. I'm all
it's
about
the
it.
bass at the start is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know how to follow that up.
I
I
know
don't
how to
even know.
follow it up. Don't worry, I'll put a button in my own topic here. Five were actually performing a show. It was either in South Shields or Sunderland, one of the beaches. But only three of the members turned up, but they were still billing themselves as five, even though it was three of them.
So did I? I'm pretty sure I mentioned this last time, but there was a boy band called A1 that were very
Oh, yeah,
popular.
one were good. Yeah, I remember A1.
Yeah. So my cousin won a contest. My cousin won a contest to get A1 to play at our school.
Okay.
To get like, well, I say our school, it was her school. You know, I
Yeah.
was too young. And they fucking helicoptered in A1 to the school. I was so young, I didn't even know what was going on. So this was like some Coca-Cola sponsored event. Like they came in a helicopter, they're playing on a stage, but it's Coke sponsored, right? So there's
Yeah.
all these little things everywhere, full of jelly babies, full of cans of Coke and shit. There's like a fucking backstage area with those penguin dipper things. You know, you like dip the little
Yeah.
penguin biscuit things into the chocolate. Amazing. I was getting so sugared up. Like my mum was trying to find me and stop me because I was like, at one point, because like at one point she stopped letting me in to the backstage bit because I kept eating like the penguin chocolate thing. So I was like, I want another one. And my mum was like, no, you just stay out, go back out, like go enjoy the concert or whatever. And I was just sat. I was sat. I found a perfect position. I don't remember a lot of stuff from my childhood, but this I do remember. I remember this incredibly vividly. Um, that yeah, this is how I am, right? I remember there was one of these like it was almost like a little pillar, right? And it's
Yeah.
like you know those old buckets that they would have discount drinks in or whatever at Woolworths. You know
Yeah.
those kind of like little bucket things. Okay, it was like that, and then there was like cans of Coke in one side and jelly babies in the other side. Right next to this, there was a big fuck off beanbag. So I was just sat in this beanbag, just stuffing my face with jelly babies, dude. I was like the most decadent fuck. It was like you know, like imagine like you know eating grapes,
Yeah.
like except it's jelly babies. I'm just pushing in the jelly babies. All these kids are like buzzing over the A1 concert. I didn't give a shit. I had my back turned to them. I was just eating jelly babies, trying to avoid my mum because.
God.
Oh
Just imagine all
God.
the kids after the concert coming back to get fucking snacks. There's none left. Just a comatose you
Yeah.
slapping your belly.
Oh. Oh.
You're a tyrant. You terrorized those poor A1 fans.
Those poor A1 fans deserved it, bro.
Yeah.
They deserved it. Oh, right. Anyway, on that topic,
Oh,
I think we could call it a day then.
yeah.
Very light-hearted podcast today. Very funny. If I do say so myself,
Yeah.
I have had a bloody laugh.
Fuck
I
yeah.
have had a laugh and a half. I've also this was almost like a therapy session, realizing a lot of how much of a weirdo I've been during the past and still am.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but hey, as we say on this podcast, take it easy, you know.
We've never said that before. Hey, take it easy.
Hey, take it easy. And then we can like
Love
fade out
that.
with like the Godfather theme.
Go Mets.
Could have been a Mets fan, baby. Oh God! Right. So, Gary, you want to plug anything
Uh,
before next time?
I guess on Twitter, my public thing statue UB, but I don't really post much. Other than when I get new comics, and that's a bit weird and up and down because of the lockdown and stuff, and I can't physically go into town. But yeah, that's me. I don't really do much else.
Hey, read his articles as well.
Oh shit, I do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go on cbr.com and just look for my name, so just search Walker, Gary Walker. You should find articles for me, and if you click on my name on any of my articles, you'll see my portfolio for that site. I've written about 200 and something articles at this point.
And as someone who's not like well versed in comics, they're a good read. So you don't even need to be like some major
Yeah.
comics nerd like Gary actually is. Right? It's a good read.
Yeah, I
It's a
always
good
like to
read.
write my articles in a way that people who don't know what's going on at least get the context of what's going on, because I don't fancy myself as some sort of gatekeeper. Everyone deserves knowledge. Knowledge is a human right,
Yep.
even if it's
That's
about
very true.
spandex clad superheroes.
And that's cbr.com, not cbt.com. Don't make that mistake.
Yeah.
Been there before. Yeah, and then for me, as always, I have been streaming on twitch.tv/JimothyZ. I'm playing quite a bit of Fall Guys lately because I find it just to be very fun, like easy content. Like
Yeah.
it's always a laugh, and I don't need to focus too much. I can chat to people at the same time. So I'm playing a lot of that. Probably going to start playing Devil May Cry, maybe that Samurai Jack game because that looks kind of lit. I
Mhm.
like Samurai Jack. But we're going to play a bunch of stuff in the upcoming weeks. You can also catch me on Twitter, twitter.com/JimothyTV. Yeah, I didn't even say my Twitch channel link, did I? Jimothy Z, if I didn't say that. Anyway, yeah, so I have been Tommy Spaghetti. He has been Vinny
I've been former New
Bolognese.
York Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
And as we say on this podcast every time, take it
Take
east.
it
And we'll see you next week.
easy. Fuck's sake.